There are moments in life when you can feel something shifting deep inside your soul. You may not see it yet, but you sense it. It's the quiet hum of a destiny unfolding, the silent echo of a promise kept. Today, I want to remind you, God is about to open a door that no one can shut. Whatever you've been waiting for, praying for, hoping for, it's closer than you think. If you've been feeling weary, please understand these challenges didn't come to break you. They came to prepare you. You've been walking through tests, through trials, through moments of doubt, and yet you're still here. This means the door is unlocking. Your time is coming. There is a deep truth within you, one that often gets drowned out by fear, doubt, or the noise of everyday life. That truth is this: you have already been chosen. You have been designed for a purpose that no one else on this earth can fulfill. The door you've been waiting for, the opportunity that aligns with your soul, has already been prepared specifically for you. There is no competition for what's yours. There is no need to rush, push, or beg. It's already done in the spiritual realm, and soon it will manifest in your reality. Perhaps life has taught you to second-guess your worth. You might have faced rejection, betrayal, or silence. Maybe people have walked away right when you needed them most. But remember this: what left your life was not meant to accompany you into your next chapter. The door being prepared for you requires the strongest version of your spirit, and life has been quietly shaping you into someone who can walk through it with courage and grace. You might look at others and wonder why blessings seem to fall their way. You might think, what about me? When is it my turn? But understand this: every soul has its season. What's meant for you cannot be claimed by anyone else. It is reserved in divine timing. The delay you felt wasn't a punishment, it was a preparation. You've been strengthened, you've learned, you've healed, you've grown, and now the door that once seemed distant is drawing closer every day. Trust that the universe or God never forgets the seeds you've sown. Every act of kindness, every step of faith, every tear shed in silence, it all counts. The path might have been dark, but the light is coming. Often the most powerful doors open after the longest periods of waiting. That's because during the wait, your soul is being aligned, your vision is being sharpened, and your heart is being cleansed of anything that would hold you back. You are not being overlooked. You are being chosen, carefully, intentionally, and by grace. This door is not like any you've seen before. Others might not understand your journey, and that's okay. They can't see what's being arranged behind the scenes. They don't know the prayers you whispered into the night. They can't feel the strength it took to hold on when everything seemed to be falling apart. But God saw it all. And the silence you endured was never a sign of abandonment. It was a sign of divine planning. You have been chosen because you are ready now, ready to step into your purpose, ready to rise, ready to let go of the past and claim a future filled with peace, abundance, and joy. You are no longer waiting for someone to choose you, because you've been chosen by a force so powerful that no human hand can undo it. You don't need permission to shine. You don't need approval from anyone to walk through this door. What's meant for you will always find you, even if the path curves, even if the night is long. Start affirming what you know deep in your heart: I am worthy of this blessing. I am ready for what's coming. I trust the timing of my life. Say it until your inner voice believes it. Say it until your energy aligns with it. Say it until you feel your soul expand in quiet confidence. The door is prepared. It is sacred. It is set before you, and its time of opening is near. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are part of a divine design that places every person, every moment, every breakthrough with precision. Keep walking with faith. Keep nurturing your spirit. Keep believing that all things are working for your highest good. The universe is conspiring on your behalf, and when the door opens, you will know it was always meant to be. There is a quiet truth that sits beneath every disappointment, every delay, every unanswered prayer. It whispers gently, even when you can't quite hear it. Your delay was not denial. It was divine protection. In a world that moves quickly, where instant results are praised, we've been conditioned to believe that waiting is a sign of failure or rejection. But in the realm of the spirit, delay is often grace in disguise. Think back to the times you wanted something so badly, an opportunity, a relationship, an answer, And it didn't happen when or how you hoped. Maybe you cried. Maybe you questioned your worth. Maybe you thought you were being overlooked or punished. But what if you were being saved instead? What if the very thing you thought was meant for you would have harmed your peace, delayed your purpose, or broken your spirit? You see, the universe doesn't withhold blessings. It only withholds what isn't aligned with your highest good. Sometimes what we think we want is far less than what we truly deserve. We might be ready for love, but not ready for the kind that elevates us. We might be ready for success, but not prepared to carry the weight that comes with it. In those moments, delay steps in, not to silence your dreams, but to strengthen your soul. Divine protection is a gift that often looks like chaos from the outside. A closed door might seem harsh, but imagine if it had opened too soon. Imagine stepping into a situation that wasn't ready for you, or worse, not safe for you. Sometimes the universe reroutes you to save you. It delays your arrival because your destination is still under construction. And when it's ready, when you're ready, it will be perfect. Every delay is a lesson. It asks you to trust, to be patient, to build inner resilience. There are hidden blessings in the pause. You learn not to depend on timelines or external validation. You learn to find peace in not knowing, strength in stillness, and faith in the unfolding. You learn to let go, not of the dream itself, but of the need to control when and how it arrives. And while you wait, there are miracles happening behind the scenes. People are being positioned. Doors are being made. Paths are being cleared. The things that seem like setbacks are actually stepping stones. The disappointments were detours meant to protect your heart. The delays were divine pauses that kept you from choosing too little too soon. What you didn't receive was never meant to be yours. What was taken away was making space for what is coming. And what is coming will never require you to sacrifice your self-worth, your peace, or your authenticity. That's how you know it's divine. Start to shift your perspective. When things take longer than expected, say thank you. When you feel left behind, say thank you. When nothing seems to move, say thank you, because gratitude turns waiting into worship. It turns frustration into faith. It transforms your energy into magnetism. Delayed blessings are often the most powerful. They come wrapped in lessons, wrapped in maturity, wrapped in gratitude. You appreciate more when you've waited. You receive more when you've healed. Life knows that. The universe honors that. It gives only when it knows you'll hold the gift with reverence, not fear. So trust the delay. It's not rejection, it's redirection, it's protection. It's your soul being saved from what was never meant to be and being prepared for something you can't yet see. Let your heart rest. Let your mind quiet. You are right where you need to be. And when the time comes, and it will, you'll look back and say, thank God that door closed. Thank God I waited. Thank God for the delay. Your blessing is not gone. It's just being perfected. And when it arrives, you'll understand the delay was never a punishment. It was preparation, protection, and love in the purest form. Keep trusting. Your divine moment is on its way. There's a reason you struggle before you soar, a reason you face storms before you find peace, a reason life sometimes shakes you to the core before it lifts you higher than you've ever been. You are not being punished. You are being strengthened for what comes next. Every challenge is a training ground, every tear a cleansing, every setback a sharpening of the soul. You are not the person you were even a year ago, a month ago, or even yesterday. You've evolved, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. Pain doesn't leave you empty, it leaves you prepared. Struggle doesn't weaken you, it fortifies your spirit. Life doesn't break you, it builds you quietly, relentlessly, purposefully. You might be going through something right now that feels overwhelming, a loss, a disappointment, a fear. Maybe everything you prayed for is taking longer than you expected. Maybe it feels like life is testing your limits, pushing your patience, or stretching your faith. But remember this, nothing touches your life unless it's part of a greater divine plan. Strength is not built in moments of ease. It is forged in the fire of trial. We only understand resilience when we have no choice but to be resilient. We only learn faith when there's no visible reason to believe. We only discover our inner power when everything around us feels shaky and uncertain. You've been asked to let go, not because you've lost, but because you're making room. You've been forced to stand up again and again, not because life is cruel, but because your destiny demands someone who can stand. You're being strengthened, not just for the blessings you've prayed for, but for the weight of those blessings. You can't carry the next level of your life with the strength you had in the last chapter. Your current season is conditioning your heart for something greater. You're learning to trust deeper, to love in a wiser way, to speak with clarity, and to hold your peace. You're learning to detach from what no longer aligns with your spirit. You're learning to protect your energy. You're learning not to shrink yourself. The fire you're walking through is not destroying you, it's transforming you. Think of the butterfly. To grow wings, it must surrender to complete stillness, inside the dark cocoon where its old self is dissolved. It's not comfortable, but it's necessary. The cocoon doesn't kill the caterpillar. It frees the butterfly from every limitation it once thought it had. You are in a similar stage. You are shedding. You are shifting. You are stepping into an evolution that will change everything. The strength you're building now will be the foundation of your next chapter. The doors that are opening for you will require a version of you who is grounded, mature, and deeply rooted in self-worth. The blessings on their way won't be small, they'll be divine. And with great blessings come greater responsibility, greater clarity, and unwavering alignment. So if you feel heavy, it's because you're carrying the weight of your own becoming. If you feel lost, it's because the old direction no longer fits where you're going. If you're tired, it's because you've been fighting battles that not everyone sees. But your strength is being forged in this very moment. And soon you'll walk forward not just as someone who survived, but someone who thrived. You'll look back one day and realize that every moment of waiting, every season of struggle, every lesson in letting go was preparing you not to destroy you, but to elevate you, not to weaken you, but to empower you. This is your preparation season. Trust it, honor it, let it strengthen you from the inside out. Because when your breakthrough comes, and it will, you'll be ready in a way that only these experiences could have made you. You are being strengthened for what comes next. And what comes next is more beautiful than you can imagine. Keep going. You're almost there. There are seasons in life when everything you've held dear seems to slip away. People leave. Opportunities dissolve. Dreams we once nurtured fade into the background. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned, forgotten, or forsaken. But the truth is far more powerful. What was taken from you will be restored in abundance. Loss is not the end. It is often the beginning of a deeper awakening. Each ending contains the seed of a greater beginning. The universe does not remove without intention. It does not subtract without preparing to multiply. You may feel as though something precious was stolen from your heart or your path, but the timing of restoration is sacred. What's coming back to you will exceed your expectations because you've been strengthened to receive something far greater. Every tear that fell was watering the soil of your future. Every moment of heartbreak was preparing your spirit. Hasn't life shown you that pain is often followed by purpose, that darkness eventually leads to dawn, that endings are never final? What was taken was never truly yours to lose. It was only removed for a season to return transformed or to make space for what is meant to be. You are not forgotten by life. You are not overlooked by the divine. The universe has seen your sacrifice, your patience, your return to grace. It has seen you choose forgiveness over bitterness and faith over fear. Those are the moments when your restoration begins quietly, like dawn breaking through the night. You are being prepared for a return, not just of what was lost, but of more than you could imagine. Not just in what you once had, but in overflow. Think of nature. The tree that loses its leaves in winter doesn't mourn. It knows spring will come with greater bloom. Sometimes you are stripped bare, not to punish you, but to reveal your inner structure. When life shakes the branches of your world, it's making room for new fruit. What you lost was never meant to break you. It was meant to refine you, to teach you, to open you. The restoration that follows a season of loss has roots in wisdom and branches in abundance. People may have walked away. Blessings may have been delayed. Doors may have been shut in your face. But hold this truth close to your heart. You don't lose what was meant to stay. And what was meant for you will always return, either in the same form or something better, something aligned, something divinely timed. Nothing that's truly yours can be taken forever. When it comes back, it comes multiplied. Restoration comes not only in external blessings, but in the internal. Peace that you thought you lost forever begins to settle back into your soul. Joy begins to rise from places where only sadness lived before. Confidence returns, but this time grounded in truth. The heart heals, not to be naive again, but to embrace life with deeper wisdom and clarity. So yes, you may have walked through seasons of loss, misunderstanding, betrayal, emptiness, but don't let those moments define your future. They were chapters, not the conclusion. The story isn't over until restoration arrives, and it's already on its way. The energy you once spent grieving will now be spent rising. The love you once begged for will flow to you effortlessly. The opportunities you thought were gone forever are already circling back, because now the timing is right, and so are you. Start expecting abundance again. Speak words that align with your new season. I release what was. I open to what is coming. I trust the divine to restore all that I've lost and more. Every affirmation becomes a magnet. Every act of faith becomes a seed planted in fertile soil. You are being restored, not partially, not barely, but beautifully, completely, and abundantly. What was taken from you will return with healing, purpose, and grace wrapped around it. Keep your heart open. The season of abundance is closer than you think. There is a moment that comes quietly, without warning, without a hint, when everything shifts. A moment that feels almost ordinary at first, then suddenly you realize everything has changed. That is how divine doors open. Silently, without applause, without permission, and without an announcement. You don't chase these doors. You don't force them. They arrive when you're in alignment, when your energy, your purpose, and your spirit are finally ready. You may be wondering why things feel still, why nothing dramatic seems to be happening, why life seems quiet, almost too quiet. But don't mistake stillness for stagnation. The universe does its deepest work beneath the surface. While you're focused on the visible, the invisible is rearranging everything on your behalf. A quiet shift is a powerful one. It is the preparation before the breakthrough, the breath before dawn. And when the moment arrives, it brings clarity, peace, and undeniable transformation. This door doesn't need attention. It doesn't require validation. It waits until the exact moment when your spirit can handle what's on the other side. There's a reason it didn't open sooner. There are opportunities that would have overwhelmed you at a different time. There are blessings that could have distracted you if they came too early. But now you've grown. You've matured. You've let go of what no longer aligns. You've learned to trust even when the path wasn't visible. You didn't waste time in the waiting. You were building depth. You were nurturing resilience. You were becoming someone who can walk through a door, not desperate or afraid, but grounded and empowered. And that's why it's coming now. You're not the same person who knocked a year ago or even yesterday. Something within you has shifted, and that shift has created the space for your moment. That's how divine timing works. It doesn't need fanfare or permission from anyone around you. 1 minute it looks like nothing is happening. The next you're stepping into a space that feels almost surreal. Suddenly the darkness clears. Suddenly the way is made. Suddenly everything you believed in, everything you prayed for begins to unfold just like that, in silence. It may be a phone call that changes your path, a conversation that opens your eyes, a person who shows up out of nowhere, a sudden realization that you're exactly where you're meant to be. This door doesn't come with pressure. It comes with freedom. It doesn't ask you to hustle for it. It meets you where you are, and your heart will understand this was meant for me, not by accident, not by luck, but by divine design. You don't need to prove your worth to walk through it. You've already done that. You don't need to seek approval. The creator of the universe approved it long before you knew it existed. And here's the most empowering part. No one can close it. No one can tell you that you're too late. No one can shut what was opened for you in truth. When the door opens, it's yours. Fully. Completely. Instantly. So trust the silence. Trust the pause. Trust that your blessing doesn't need an audience. It needs alignment. It needs readiness. And it needs you to remain in faith, not in fear. There's a sacred power in the doors that open without noise. They open not to the crowd, but to the soul. They open not because others see your worth, but because the universe sees your purpose. You don't need to announce your transition. The door will do that for you. You don't need to explain your elevation. It will speak for itself. And when you walk through, when you arrive, it will be clear that it wasn't luck, it wasn't coincidence, it wasn't rushed or forced. It was divine. It was destined. It was perfectly timed. The door is coming quietly, silently, at the perfect moment. And when it opens, you'll know it was worth every second of the wait. Keep your spirit open. Keep your heart in faith. The shift is near, and it arrives without warning, without permission, and without hesitation. There's a divine decree over your life that no human, no situation, and no force on earth can undo. What God has ordained for you is written in a realm untouched by fear, faithlessness, or doubt. It is sealed in divine truth. And when a door has been opened for you by the Creator, there is not one person alive who can close it, not one circumstance powerful enough to block it, and not one negative force strong enough to undo it. You have spent so much of your life believing that others hold the power, that people can stop your progress, delay your blessing, or destroy your purpose, but those beliefs are rooted in illusion. The truth is this: no human being controls your divine destiny. People may plot, judge, or misunderstand you, but their perception doesn't alter your path. Their resistance cannot remove your blessing. Their rejection cannot stop what God has already prepared. Sometimes you'll face situations that look impossible. Everything may appear to be working against you. Doors may seem to shut. Opportunities may fade. It may feel like your time has passed or like life has somehow forgotten you. But remember this: humans only see what's visible. They judge by surface. They speak fear because they don't understand divine timing. But God sees everything. God hears everything. And God has already made a way where there seemed to be none. This truth is for the one who's been overlooked, underestimated, or doubted. For the one who has been told you can't, it's too late, or it's not for you. Every limitation spoken over you is a lie. Every voice that tried to discourage you was speaking from a place of limitation, not truth. Because when grace opens a door, no man, no doubt, no demon can close it. This is how divine setups work. They are not dependent on your surroundings. They don't require agreement from your environment. They don't wait for permission from the people around you. They work despite the environment. They elevate in the midst of opposition. They move through unexpected channels, using ordinary moments to bring extraordinary turnaround. And when it happens, people will look and wonder how it was possible. You see, God doesn't need to check with anyone before blessing you. God doesn't hold meetings to get approval for your destiny. What has been written over your life was done so long before any person could speak against you. And for every plan that others try to use to block you, God has already created a passageway around it. What was meant to trap you will turn into the very thing that propels you. You don't need to worry about who's trying to close your door. You don't need to be anxious about who doesn't believe in you. Those voices don't matter. That negativity is powerless because you're standing in divine truth, under divine protection, walking a path that was designed for you alone. It doesn't matter if the door seems shut right now. Doors shut sometimes so that you can heal, grow, and prepare. It doesn't matter if others got ahead of you. It wasn't their door. It doesn't matter if it's taken longer than you thought. Delay is not denial. And it certainly does not matter what anyone else thinks is possible for you. You are not governed by their limits. You are guided by divine promise. So hold on to this truth. No human being can stop what is meant for you. No situation can permanently block your blessing. No force can undo what God has ordained. Your destiny is protected. Your path is blessed. Your door is opening, and when it does, it will open in a way that silences every doubt, overrides every lie, and surpasses every expectation. The next season of your life doesn't need an audience. It needs your faith, your quiet belief, your steady heart, because what is coming can't be stopped. It's written, it's sealed, and it's yours.